Believe it or not, way out in the year 2197, our planet was honestly just completely worn out from everything. Think about it. After centuries of relentless storms and all that radiation, people were forced into these tiny, scattered safe zones. Yet, out of those very ruins, one determined young engineer started dreaming about building a true sanctuary for everyone to restart. Naturally, a lot of people immediately started telling her that this whole incredible vision was simply impossible to pull off. Her grand project was labeled as completely foolish by everyone who couldn't see past the immediate devastation. But Maria, she just stuck to her guns and named her impossible sanctuary, very simply, Hope's Haven. Each and every single morning, Maria would make her way down into that ravaged valley that used to be called the Sapphire Basin. All the massive, heavy machinery from the old world just sat there, sleeping, half swallowed by the ash and dust. Towering skyscrapers, the monuments of the past, were leaning over like tired, skeletal giants against the skyline. However, for Maria's trained eyes, this whole scene of destruction was actually just an amazing, wide-open blank canvas, waiting for art. One particularly clear dawn, her wise old mentor, Dr. Ren, joined her there, leaning heavily on his specialized metal cane. He leaned in close and whispered, almost sadly, that she was trying to rebuild something the entire world had already completely given up on. She just gave him a confident, genuine smile and declared that they should definitely let the world echo something totally different this time around. Then, with purpose, she reached out and activated the incredible Genesis core, which immediately started pulsing with a soft, quantum blue light. This beautiful energy immediately rippled outwards across the entire valley, actively shaping glowing shelters and crystalline biowalls from the raw particles in the air. Just like that, the very first solid foundation for the entire massive structure of Hope's Haven finally rose up from the ground. It's a universal truth that when you're trying to do something good, trouble rarely ever arrives by itself. You know, as the construction kept spreading out, a very dangerous faction, known as the Nightfall Collective, suddenly began to emerge from the shadows. These folks fundamentally believed that Earth was truly beyond saving, and that only a desperate flight to the distant stars offered any real salvation. Their severe leader, Commander Kion, who was actually once Maria's closest confidant, now viewed her entire dream as a direct, active threat. When he finally confronted her in the valley, he sarcastically asked if she was still busy building all of her beautiful, pointless illusions. Maria immediately pushed back firmly, stating clearly that these things they were building were absolutely not illusions at all. She passionately concluded that what they were really creating right here were all of humanity's tangible, potential futures. Unfortunately, Kion's well-armed soldiers then moved in quickly to sabotage vital energy conduits and shatter the core's essential protective shields. Their entire destructive goal was to force the entire delicate construction project to completely and utterly collapse in on itself. Despite this intense pressure, every single night that went by, Maria would somehow manage to meticulously rebuild every single damaged piece. And then, as the sun rose again each morning, the opposing forces would inevitably show up to try and break her progress all over again. This all finally led to one massive final confrontation, where Kion marched into the valley with menacing storm drones hovering right above them. He stepped forward, pointing directly at her, and harshly demanded that Maria should immediately pack up and just walk away from this whole thing. He finished his ultimatum by flatly telling her that regardless of her efforts, the old, broken world simply could not be saved anymore. Instead of retreating, Maria bravely stepped right out into the open, her own palms now visibly glowing intensely with that familiar Genesis core light. She calmly conceded that perhaps saving the specific old world they all knew was indeed no longer an actual option for them. Then she powerfully added that the concept of tomorrow, however, was absolutely still out there, paying close attention to what they did next. At that exact second, Maria deliberately triggered the mighty Echo Pulse, releasing a huge burst of harmonic energy right into the atmosphere. This massive energy wave suddenly revealed a hidden, wonderful truth. Underneath all the visible scars, the actual planet Earth was truly beginning to heal itself. Green life was actively returning to the barren surfaces everywhere you looked, which was an incredible sight to witness. She declared to everyone that the planet wasn't actually dying at all. It had just been patiently waiting for humanity to finally get it right. Seeing this undeniable, miraculous proof with their own eyes, Kion's entire group of soldiers immediately lowered their weapons in complete awe. Even Commander Kion himself stood completely frozen on the spot, absolutely stunned into total silence by what he was finally witnessing. In that single, profound, pivotal moment right there in that valley, the entire terrible conflict finally, definitively ended for good. With the Nightfall Collective, now fully convinced and ready to help, Hope's Haven began transforming at an unbelievable new speed. Magnificent, floating sky gardens started materializing to actively scrub and cleanse the polluted air above the city for everyone. The new, self-growing shelters intelligently adapted their internal structures to perfectly suit the needs of every single resident family. The once dry river channels were now flowing freely again, singing with the sound of completely purified, fresh water rushing through them. The absolute sweetest sound of all was the clear, joyful laughter of happy children echoing all throughout the newly luminous, safe streets. Dr. Wren stood right there beside Maria, looking at the success, and he quietly whispered something deeply profound into her ear. He told her that she hadn't just managed to construct a mere city, she had actually built the very echo of humanity's hopeful tomorrow. Maria turned her gaze back out, looking past the shining, newly built structures towards the vast, open, and promising horizon before them. She turned back slightly, a confident gleam in her eye, and simply stated that this incredible achievement was truly only just the very beginning of everything.